Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm your Riz.
And, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes.
On Wrestling Ham.
That's right.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
Hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm your Riz.
And, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. You know where we can find that?
Yes.
On Wrestling Ham.
That's right.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/awesomecast. It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron in the social. No, I'm on the social medias as Sorgatron in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and definitely not in Chicago anymore. I spent two Sundays in Chicago and the drive there and back, and it just feels like a week every time you do it. Somebody else who also time traveled with me is the Katie Dutters in studio once again.
Yeah, we went. It's me. We went back in time and then forward in time. We don't know where we're
Time
at.
zones are so weird.
They're wavy.
But it's okay. They had cats in an arcade, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit too, right?
Mhm.
Also, somebody we got to hang out with this weekend in at Sengawa Fest. I keep forgetting the N. I screwed it up on the newsletter today. Dave Podner of the iPhoneography. Yeah, they do. They do pods over there.
Taking photos with iPhones.
Why do I have you in shrinky mode over here? Here, this shot's better. There you go. Grow you up. And we'll figure out what's going on with that other shot. I don't know why you're like framed in on that one. Hold on, camera one, camera two.
Is it because I'm a bush? Maybe.
Maybe. Are you a bush? Are we a bush? We'll find out if we're a bush tonight. That's the question for all of us. Intern Tony's here. Tony, I don't know which mic you're on, or else I would have turned it on. Just yell, "Are you a bush?"
Are you a bush?
No, I wanted you to answer it.
No, I'm not a bush.
Okay, he's not a bush. Anyways, yeah, we're having fun here. We actually have a Mayhem webcam for Wrestling Mayhem show, so we have a little bit of different setup in here. So he's just like out in one of the contestant positions that we set up in the studio. Watch Wrestling Mayhem show to see what we're doing, because we do nothing normal anymore, apparently. We used to be just a wrestling talk show. We had aliens on last week. It's great. We did go to Sangawa Project. It is an 18-plus anime Japanese culture conference that was downtown at the Doubletree here in Pittsburgh. I just heard the Pittsburgh in myself when I said that. But no, we had a lot of fun. Of course, there was a panel on there. If you haven't checked it out, it's on all the feeds on the YouTube and on your on your podcast feed. Wrestling Mayhem Show was there. Missy was there presiding over that since I was on my way to Chicago at the time. And also our friends at Top Rope Tabletop, our wrestlers that play Dungeons and Dragons, did a panel about what they do. I think it went really, really well. We had food at our panel, thanks to Dave, for instance, right? That was a great last-minute idea. Had some Japanese culture food, including one that was an absolute mystery because there was zero English on it. That was a great experience.
And Google Translate still kind of got it.
Mostly kind of got it. I saw something with the somebody was translating some. They obviously did a live translate on their video of some of the Bad Bunny stuff, and it was like not translating some of the words, kind of thing. So that happens from time to time. But no, it was a blast. Again, in depth. You know, if you want to learn about Sangawa Project, go check out that video. But for kind of a preview, let's do a really, really, really bite-sized partner. Give me like a one sentence to tell me what you liked about Sangawa Project.
The cosplay and the friendliness of people.
That's awesome, Katie.
Aw, I like that. The excellent panels, especially the one by this group. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're Top Rope Tabletop.
Oh, yeah.
They're wrestlers that play D&D, and they have a show.
yes, I understand. I enjoyed the Bishy Bashy session that we had with our friends Keith and Tatiana from Top Rope Tabletop. I'm glad that I fulfilled the promise of, like, yes, there is Bishy Bashy, which is what got Katie to the thing.
It's true.
So my favorite thing was your Godzilla dress meeting Godzilla, which is the cover art for our panel that we posted. So
it was so great.
It was good stuff. No, it was a lot of fun. So go check that out. We are investigating going to Techo in the summer as AwesomeCast. We did something with wrestling last year and looking to expand that, and that's at the convention center. So let's get into our... Let's get into it. Let's start with Katie, because you're literally wearing your awesome thing. Oh no, got a duplicate in there. Apparently the feed's coming through somewhere.
I'm like, ooh.
So we'll fix that in a moment. But Katie, what is your awesome thing of the week?
It is the cat cave.
You're wearing it. You got all the merch.
I am. I did. We didn't even go to this. We went to it.
We window shopped the cat cave.
Yes. Yeah, the cat cave. It was up in Chicago and
down the road from where we worked and stayed this weekend.
Yes.
Up there with Gorilla Press again.
Near the good pancake place.
Was it Extravaganza?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We're gonna send you cats and pancakes. That's the only things I really need from a city.
Yes.
And a bookstore. That was the third thing.
That was your Chicago experience. No bean, no hot dogs, no deep dish pizza.
Nope. Pancakes.
Pancakes and books.
And cats.
So what is Catcade?
Catcade is a cat rescue. It is their version of a cat cafe. And something really, really cool about it is they have arcade games there. And they also have converted some of the arcade cabinets like Galaga
into
into cat beds. So it's like having these cats get to live in what feels like their own living room.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, there's a cat rescue, and they take cats from life-threatening situations such as like under-resourced shelters, and to help them find friendly, quality homes. I love that, through adoption. And we didn't have time to sit and hang out with the cats, but I am absolutely obsessed with this 8-bit logo they have. So we had to go shopping, and on top of this t-shirt I am wearing, and also the sweatpants I bought, we got stickers. And here, I'm going to give you my top.
She bought so much stuff, they gave her an extra keychain.
They did. It was so sweet. Here are my top. Okay, so that's the logo.
Okay, what is that for audio?
That is a cat, an 8-bit cat that says the Catcade, and it's like a black cat in the middle.
You got some joysticks, yeah, nice.
Joysticks and a little Nintendo.
Okay.
And then the second one is a heart, 8-bit heart. It's from like.
It's a 1-up heart, but
it says 9-up because it's cats. It says Catcade, Chicago,
Love
Cat
it.
Rescue, Cat Cafe and Lounge. And then this one here is it says the Catcade, and it's got kitten with their little paws up, and it says God Save the Beans.
Mm-hmm.
Toe beans.
There's a great shirt with that too. Wasn't there a Tay-Tay shirt too?
Yes, there was a Tay-Tay shirt with oh gosh, what did it say? I didn't even take a picture. I should have taken a picture
Let's
of
see
it.
if it's in their merch.
Yeah, and there was also like skip work, play with cats or something. It was like, yes, that is 100% correct. And then I figured I had to pull this one out. It says the Catcade. It's a black cat looking back, and it's got a little butt, little X butt. Adorable. But yes, it's this place is very, very cool. I mean, I definitely will. Next time we go, I'm gonna have to go play with some cats in here, in some video games with the cats. But yeah, this is super cool. I loved it. The outside is neat. They had it's got beautiful artwork of just like these cats on the outside and everything. So yes, definitely if you're in Chicago, check out the Catcade.
The front of the shirt says "Karma is a cat."
Yes, there we go. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I didn't know that.
That was the Tay-Tay one. So no, I didn't even notice that too because I don't think I saw the flip. I just like, oh, there's Tay-Tay holding cats. There you go.
I did. I saw that too.
So,
I was like, oh,
yes.
nice. Oh yeah, in the bag. Oh, this was one of our favorite. It says the bag. You get these really cute bags, and it says I touched butts at the Catcade. That's also on t-shirts.
That's what you get to walk down the street holding afterwards. So it's no, I'm in the shop. That's not the website. Hold on a second. What's the website again?
The Catcade, CATCADE.org. Yes.
Ta-da. Awesome. No, it was a good time. It was a nice find. I kind of love like. You're always great about finding the thing that is not the typical touristy thing when we go to on these trips for work, and I'm just glad you didn't take me somewhere that was haunted this time. I don't know. Although the hotel was questionable.
That was quite a murder hotel.
It was. I mean, it was an interesting hotel. It was still nice.
Oh, it was a nice hotel. You could just probably.
But you're just like,
ghosts.
This thing is from like 150 years ago, and there was the mob in this town, and you don't know what's in the walls. So
yep, couldn't have more than 3 people in the elevator, because it was a very, very small elevator.
And I think 3 was a high estimation because we had to bring some of our gear in because it's so cold I can't leave anything in the car. Battery screens you can't leave in freezing temperatures, and I'm just like, well, we had to take turns with it because it had too much stuff. So that was a fun experiment.
Yes. So
no, it was a good time. And again, Gorilla Press, we had a good time with those guys there. They did kind of a smaller show around the Super Bowl and everything like that, but they're still rolling with things. So keep an eye out for that. We have eclipsed our time with them, I think, for the time being. So I'm excited to see how they got jump started here, and we'll see how they can grow from here. But they had a lot of great conversations, a little more political, obviously, but I think it was some good information. Very Chicago-based too, so I don't know if anybody in Pittsburgh is going to be quite that interested in listening to it. But definitely check their social media because there is some general stuff that they're sharing on there that might be worthwhile for some of you guys. So. My awesome thing also comes along with this trip. So, you were on the wheel for a bit, and I think you had said the phrase because we were digging into like some high school alternative grunge playlist on your phone or something, right?
Yes.
And you had said the phrase like, I dream about wrestling all day off of the Korn song.
Yeah, Adidas. Yes.
Yes. And
all day I dream about wrestling.
And I'm like, I love that phrase, right? Because I'm always thinking, like, I've been trying to make Watch More Wrestling, hashtag Watch More Wrestling happen on IndieWrestling.us for the longest time. That's what I named the 24/7 feed that we do now, of the, the match playlist. So I was like, I wonder if we can do something. So I went to Suno. Now, again, we've talked about Suno, I think, in the past a little bit. We know that our friend Jared up there with Exodus Pro Wrestling in Cleveland has used it for several wrestlers to do some custom stuff. I think some of it's been signed over to the NWA for some of the wrestlers that have gotten signed for use on TV. TV being Roku channel, but still. Something professional that's owned by Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins of all things. So I made a couple. This is my first kind of thing. I just said the hook should include the words "I dream about wrestling all day." It should be a female singer with an emo alternative grunge vibe to it. I got several renditions. I had to make Missy listen to this too. So, but I was really kind of happy with how this turned out. Oh, that's not working at all. Well, I don't know why that's not plugged. I mean, it's not plugged in all the way. Let me see what I can do with that. I also think I may still have a couple other windows open that I'm not aware of. So, no, that's the only one. Oh, I was going to show you, but apparently it's not going to work too well. Let me try one more time. Nope, that's not working.
Nope.
The audio test did work earlier, so I want to share it probably later, but I was really happy with the results. I'm kind of like, it makes interesting choices because there's a lot of talk about mascara and coffee for some reason.
Yep.
And everything's the same lyrics. It's just kind of, everything's kind of mixed out. Which, takes me back to like when we did the wrestling one, that again, Jared sent me. It was like a Japanese anime, but was talking about the Wrestling Mayhem show kind of thing. I still don't know what all the lyrics were because they're in Japanese. And we took, that's the one that we took, yeah, I can throw the video up here for you guys on that version, where we went to Sora, and I just did a lot of cameos of myself, like doing the podcast and throwing anime stuff into it, and it gets pretty fun. Oh, now I have all the music going. This is why I don't hook my laptop into the board, because it usually goes bad. So, but you get the idea from that. So, but no, that was a lot of fun to do that. So I mean, again, I'm kind of looking at this like this is really like it I want to do more with it. Like it gave me a cool song. I'd love to do like a little bit of a highlight reel too. And like I'm kind of understanding that. Again, if you're doing something kind of professional and need something very customizable. Even the things that I pay for that are like pre-made by artists, like Motion Array, and I think Pond 5 may have had something like this too, because we just did a project where we pulled some videos from there. Because they're all pushing the like art list and stuff like that, right? They're all like, hey, and we have a voiceover kind of guy and stuff, things like that. That and again, those are professions I do feel bad for. I feel bad because I've been getting emails from voice artists, and like some of them I've worked with in the past, and I'm just like, I don't have anything. It was like, my it's like if I have a project, it doesn't need voice. We're already doing interviews, or they're fine with me doing the voiceover. Not that I'm a professional voiceover artist, but it does enough. Or I have like a guy in wrestling that I probably kick it to if I needed to, right? That because he's an announcer and he does that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it's suno.com if you want to check. SUNO. There's a free, like, it'll let me download like 2 of the 4 options here. And these are non-commercial licenses. The pricing is not terrible. It was something like $8 a month if you pay for the year, and that will give you a commercial license from whatever you create. So if you are creating, like we just did a commercial for a group that's going to be rolling out here soon, and I know we had used some of the Motion Array stuff, and I made sure it was the commercial use stuff and all that kind of stuff. That means it would apply for use there, and I think that's really important for, like, having something that hopefully doesn't sound like anything else, is a little more customized, a little more in the line of what you want, kind of thing. So that was kind of interesting. So I think I want to bring up an AI thing when we talk about Patreon later with Wrestling Dave. I want to put a note in here because I'm going to go to you, Dave. What is your awesome thing of the week?
Sure. My awesome thing is something that actually I was lucky to be gifted. My co-host on iPhoneography got as part of kind of a media kit, Moment lenses, and he upgraded from the 16 to the 17. Now, the problem is the case does not fit because of the change in 17, and he was like, "Well, I can't use these anymore. Would you be interested? It'll work with your phone." So he actually, and luckily, the shipping wasn't too bad from Canada. I was shocked about that. So he shipped me down. Now, a few of the lenses here. So, first of all, this. Oh, let me do this. Here we go. These things are exceptionally high quality. These are aluminum, and you can see the size. Let me comes with a nice little soft cover here for storage. But you can see the size of the lens there and there's the part that attaches to the phone right there.
And they're heavy duty.
Yes.
We passed that around when we were grabbing some dinner the other night, and like I'm kind of amazed at how hefty they were, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing to remember also is these are thicker glass lenses, so that's where a lot of the weight comes from. That's why with you have an iPhone or you have like a smaller mobile device, they have to make the glass light because weight and costs and everything else. So they do. I got the 58 millimeter lens, which is kind of a 2x. So the idea is that, yes, the iPhone does have the optical quality 2x, or they have the actual zoom lens that's built in, but the zoom lenses aren't as good. They don't add enough as much light as the main lens. So what you can do is basically keep the optics for the main lens, have the better light gathering quality, and actually use real glass to make up for, because there's only so much you can do with computational and everything else. Sometimes you just need distance and space to actually get, because 2x is a very good portrait size. So if you use this will give you a really nice portrait view for everything. Also included was an 18 millimeter wide, so you can get a wide view without the ultra wide, which again, it's better, but it's still not as good as the main camera. And it does have this 75 millimeter macro, so you can do macro shots without having to be basically touching the object. So it's kind of what they call long distance macro, and it works really good. Okay, yeah, and now the thing is, you do need the case so it can get expensive. This is why I didn't buy it myself.
Right.
And yeah, you can see they have the different lenses. You can see the fisheye lens there is $150.
Right.
And you can see the picture on the screen of, yes, it does unbalance the phone a bit because it is this massive lens kind of sticking out. But again, if you want the light to come in so you get as good a picture as possible, you can't skimp on the size of the lens you're using. So, but it really gives you nice results there. The other thing they have are filters. So they have like this one, some of them are better than others, I'll say. They have what they call their Cinebloom 10% filter, which kind of gives you a light, artistic, cinematic look to videos pretty much. And it's just a quick clip on to the actual case itself. You can't use the lens and the filters at the same time. But again, some things you get with the phone, even things that cost a good amount of money, you get with the phone. Sometimes you're like, oh, this packaging's not great. They really did a great job with the packaging here in terms of making sure, it's going to stay safe while you use it. They have different lenses for the different phones. So if you have a 14, a 13, you need to make sure you have it, because actually when the 16s and 17s or 15 and 16s came out, because the lens on the phone changed, they actually updated their lenses so it would work properly with it. So it's kind of like you said, it's your next step, if you will. For photography.
And you talk about the heft, and a lot of these samples they show are very freehand, which is fine, especially for imagery. for the most part. And of course, if I'm doing video, I'm going to want something like we saw earlier above here. There is a cage, a camera cage for it. So and that's very specific. It's MagSafe and everything, right? And it's their brand, but any of the $15-$20 one will probably work off of Amazon. That you pick up. I mean, that's what I use when I'm doing like interviews and stuff, to do that and like be able to put it on a tripod if you need to or something like that. It depends on your use case. If you're like, I can't freehand, I got to have this like kind of a certain way, like that's okay too. I can't find that video again. Okay, there we are. No, is this the video? Yeah, that's the video. They're showing images, so I didn't know. Yeah, and there's some samples with some iPhone Pro and everything like that. So I think that's a really cool thing. Again, kind of an upgrade thing. I'm still at the point where, like, obviously we talk about iPhone videography, photography, as a thing. It still feels very like I'm not ready to do it as like my primary for a client, like a full-fledged client. Like it's still like I have a project coming up that's an internal project, and I think, Katie, I was talking to you about it on the way back, and I was like, I'm going to use the phone and I'm going to do everything. I want to find out what my phone can do as far as making things cinematic, because we work with a lot of people that, Swembo on the show, Aaron Woods does some tremendous stuff with like the Sonys and the, and the cinematic cameras and the, DSLRs and things like that, right? But we know obviously we're looking at this thing and this stuff looks tremendous and it's all shot on an iPhone. I don't know if I'm going to do a set of these lenses. I'm kind of tempted now. But yeah, I want to do a lot of really kind of creative stuff with that as we do some promotion for something coming up here. So it's kind of the internal project that we're working on here for something. So I'm looking forward to that, which will be announced Sunday, by the way. I understand. I think. I guess I'm the one deciding it. So yes, Sunday. There it is. I was like, oh right, I am the boss of this project. Yeah. So. Anyways, that's really cool.
Boss never gives you any time off.
I know. Oh, don't tell me about it. Shopmoment.com is where you can find that. Yeah. So,
and like I said, their cage, I just looked it up. They have what they call the super cage, with a built-in card reader, two USB-C ports in the cage.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it looks like ports for headphones and something else. So you can attach your light, you can attach your microphone up here, your port, and just run it all through the cage there.
I've been looking for it. Where are they selling? They're selling like a leather wrap. They're selling like something for the Apple Watch or something in here. I was like, what are you doing?
Okay, yeah. Can you go up to the top and go to...
Oh, at the top? Yeah, where are we looking at?
Yeah. Go to mobile, not super closeout.
Oh, yeah. That's why I was in the sale. That's why.
No, that's okay.
That's why I got weird. Okay.
Yep.
And there's that cage situation.
On the left, on the left there, and you.
Yeah. So I mean,
I mean, like I said, it's not cheap. That's $200.
So, and this is like they have a lot of MagSafe and everything, and the USBs and everything. Like, maybe you don't need all the USB stuff. Like, if you get like one of the ones I was talking about, they usually have the screw mounts and the cold shoe mounts and stuff like that. Like, that's what you need to put like a microphone, maybe an SSD to record to or something like that. Like, how they're building this kind of thing out, right? So. And to me, that's really comparable to if you have a DSLR. If you're running out there with a DSLR and like nothing attached to it doing interviews, I got a lot of questions for you. Like everything is like, you literally don't shoot anything with just a DSLR. Like, you got to go buy a lens. You got to go do this. You got to go do this, right? It's a body and you build out from there. And the phone's kind of very comparable. I think I just pissed off a lot of photography nerds out there, but
oh, I'm sorry.
Conceptually,
I was like, I'm like right here, and the only thing between me and you are your cameras.
Yeah, exactly.
All of your cameras.
But conceptually, right? And I mean, for video, obviously, for things like that, running gun shooting is definitely different. But then I like the running gun shooting kind of thing, because I don't think I've seen any of those guys ringside doing camera, that don't have some things attached to it. So, even down to just having a light or something for the mobile. So, very cool. And it goes battery, et cetera, grips, that kind of stuff. So, cool. Is that an SD card slot?
Yeah.
that I'm looking at? Okay, now you got me.
Mhm.
Now you got me.
So you can do
Oh,
law.
wait, it's
So
really
obviously, so you
exposed.
can do law.
I don't like how exposed that is. This is what Katie, seeing this thing and thinking about the environments that we shoot in. Nah,
It'll be fine.
Nah.
Fine.
Oh, that makes me. That makes me feel icky. I was like, or just I don't know. Dave, thank you for that. That has been everybody's. Let's kick it to our buddy Chachi and find out what's going on in the video game minute.
Hey kids, welcome back to the Chachi Says Video Game Minute. Here's as much video game news as I can cover in about a minute. In what has to be the strangest adaptation in movie history, yes, weirder than Battleships and Rudolph, Tongle, the studio behind Pharrell Williams' Piece by Piece movie, is in development of a Tecmo Bowl movie. I don't know how this is going to work, but if Bo Jackson isn't involved, I don't want in. And lastly, Nintendo Switch 2 has surpassed 17 million sales since June of 2025. This beats the Wii U's entire life sales, which sold 13.6 million units, and it sold more units than the Switch, PS4, and PS5 in the same comparable periods. Well, I still don't have mine, so I know they will sell at least one more, and I have to imagine that when the next Legend of Zelda is released, there will be a sizable bump as well. That's all I have for you this week. Thanks for tuning in to this week's Chachi Says Video Game Minute. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, Chachi, for that video game minute. Man, when I see those headlines about like, oh, the Switch 2 is like in trouble, guys, and then I was like, hey, yeah, it surpassed like the Wii U, PS4, and 5 in the same period. It's like, yeah, okay. And of course, there's the Tecmo Bowl movie. Jeez. Anywho, thank you everybody that does support the show here on for the AwesomeCast at patreon.com/awesomecast, and that includes all of you guys out there. Brian Crawford, we name dropped you on the panel this week, by the way, since you had recently visited Japan, and we actually we brought in that robot cafe story that you shared with us a few months ago. So I thought that was really cool. And got a good reaction from our crew in there. Not as much as the free food, obviously, but you know, there's that. As well as Cynthia Klosky, John Diggy DeGore, and Dave Podner. Can I update my Patreon to say use code Dave26 at gcxc.com/eventspa for a discounted registration at races? Is this still going on? Because
Oh yeah.
you still got a Cuban coming up, right?
Oh yeah. It's all the year. All through the year. They have different races happening. We have a race this weekend up at North Park, the Forever Yours 4-miler. So you can either run a 4-mile race, you can do a relay, or there's a 1-mile version. So, you know, what if you just want to do a nice little walk? Weather should be in around 30 degrees at the start of the race. So compared to what we've had, it's warm. That's the video I created for
hashtag
the
not
thaw.
not actual footage, not a real polar bear in this video that's promoting this right now, by the way.
Notice that the polar bear is not drinking either Coke or Pepsi.
Yes, exactly. But also, strangely, the AI looks better than Coke's. So, oh boy. Thank you for that, and thank everybody that does support the show here. We are kind of doing some stuff because we're depending on what we do from week to week on the after talk, I'm making a determination on if we put it out publicly. Because we had one from a few weeks ago about QR codes going away that I thought was worth it for everybody. I'm trying to make sure you guys get it first. And I know it's a little delayed on that one. You know, so if there is something like that, we are kind of playing with that, and you get to see our goofy AI thumbnails now for YouTube, which has been interesting, which is a lot of us making faces and pointing. Because apparently that's what a thumbnail, listen, this is the secret. I hate making thumbnails. I think they look terrible. I think it's a terrible concept, but it's what YouTube tells me is going to get people to look at my video. And it's like, well, okay, well, that's, you know, I guess that can be, that's a side awesome thing is I kept getting all the ads for the thumbnails, and I just went to ChatGPT and was like, make me a thumbnail. And that's been developing. I think I mentioned it last week, but that's been developing, and I give it shots of us from this video, and it reconfigures us So either way, Katie just always looks like she's mad at us no matter what, which is really kind of on par. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, that's about right.
You should have heard us during the Chachi minute.
exactly. So, or you can put polar bears in there. I'm just trying to dance with Skeletor, and I keep hitting guardrails somehow. I'm just like, oh, I'm not trying to do a sexy dance with Skeletor, Shora. I don't know why you're mad at me. Okay, let's get into it. You know what? Speaking of AI, apparently a lot of the Super Bowl ads this year were AI. Unfortunately, we didn't get to watch the Super Bowl. We took up because we were, again in Chicago, setting up and things for the podcast that we're helping with out there with the Grill Press. But we did take a lunch break and go watch the halftime show. I did watch there was kind of a supercut video of a bunch of them, so I watched 10 minutes of that. So I got a little taste of things, including I think I did see the Duncan one with Ben Affleck popped in there. I don't know, Katie, if you got to see that one yet. Where he's got the very Boston accent going on.
The Dunkin' Donuts one.
Yes. Is it not the one? Where am I confusing the Dunkin' with a different one? Which one?
The Dunkin'
Which
had
one had the friends
Dunkin'.
as well? That was the Dunkin' one.
That was
Okay.
Dunkin'.
So they were directly
two
talking
Dunkin',
to you.
Yes, they did. They created this commercial
Yes.
just for me.
I did not notice the AI based ones.
Oh.
Well, at least in the maybe the supercut I had didn't have them, but I heard a lot about them though. Right.
We saw the alcohol one with the vodka one when we were.
Was it the one with the robots?
Yeah, that was just they came out and all of us in the bar area were just like, ugh. It was.
I think I was working on my hot wings at that point.
Yeah, everybody made a noise. It was like an audible ugh. So yes, we love you, Duncan.
Yes. So you had a fun Duncan day. Yeah, there's we got the tin going out there. So no, you had a lot of fun with Duncan that day in general.
Yeah, because we started the day off. I got a notification that they were kicking it back to the 90s, and which was obviously a teaser for this particular commercial for the Super Bowl. And they were giving away a mug with the classic logo, and it's a white mug and a classic mug. And if you were a Dunkin' boosted member, you can get one for free. And I immediately just did it and just whatever. And then I asked you if you did it, and you said, no, I didn't see anything about it. So I forwarded you the email. And by the time I forwarded you the email, it was sold out. So great sad. But they said, there's more stuff happening later in the day. I don't usually have my Gmail notifications on my phone because it's just a lot. On top of everything else. So I turned them on specifically for Duncan.
You were checking it the whole way out to Chicago, and while we're setting up, it was great.
And then they didn't have it. They had a merch store pop up. I think probably right after the commercial. And by the time we got into the merch store, they didn't even email everybody at this point. They were sold out on some of the coolest items that we wanted. There was a mini backpack. There was there's some fun hats. There was the pocket Tamagotchi, and are you looking at the items?
I'm trying to get to it. I went to your article hoping that would get me there.
I want to know.
I don't know how to get to it from the regular. I know how to get it on mobile.
It's Duncan runs on merch.
Oh really? That's okay.
But they do have some items still available, including the retro workout set still there. Which is a pair of leggings and the overtop.
I told you need to go for it.
I know. I was like, there's also the bucket hat. They still have the nylon hat, denim hat. There's
the one with the hair attached was great on the hat.
Yes.
On the visor.
I wanted the mini backpack, but by the time we saw what was going on, they only had colors that I didn't want.
Yes.
That was the only thing I could rationalize.
It's a whole separate shop for the windbreakers, by the way.
Yeah, the windbreakers are great.
Whole separate. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Q&A on the windbreakers. So there you go. We should just get all these for Tony to get all 90s up for us. You're gonna be the coolest kid in school. So
they had a denim jacket, which was wild. I don't even remember seeing that. It's got patches.
Oh man. Oh yeah. No, I didn't see that either.
Sold out. Yeah.
Definitely sold out. So I can't wait. We're gonna see these in the wild, and we're gonna go nuts, right? So now we need a gig in Boston, so we can see all this stuff. Yes, Dave.
The question is this though: how is the retro workout set not sold out?
How many people that grew up in the 90s probably feel comfortable wearing that kind of spandex? So, because okay, it's like a leotard and like leggings kind of situation.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
like
We were talking about how the fact that like there's literally the one graphic and there's no additional photos. So I'm a leggings person. I'm well documented. Like I would consider buying it just for the leggings, but I have no idea what these leggings look like beyond very skinny and with the word Duncan on the side. And I am
those ankles look real thin.
horrifyingly thin.
Even though it does come in up to 2X, it looks like.
It is
Oh,
sold
that's-
out up to large, like XL and 2XL are
Oh.
sold out. But if you get a large, it's small, medium. If you're a tiny person, you can. It'll work for you.
Or hopefully it's stretchy. Yeah.
I mean, mostly, right?
I like the. I don't know if you saw, partner. If you look into the actual like phrasing for the details, everything is 90s style design, non-vintage.
What do they mean by non-vintage?
I think they're afraid folks are going to be like, "Oh, this is something from the 90s."
We dug out a box of this out of the
Yes.
warehouse or something.
Mhm.
I don't think they had this. I'm still considering
Also,
the functionality of the fanny pack hat, which I think Missy called a hattie pack maybe. When we looked at that, what was that, Dave?
well, I would say that when I look at the workout clothes right now, that screams more 80s than 90s.
You know what, Dave? Why don't you get a set and let us know how it goes?
If they would come 2X, I would.
Oh man, that's on the next. That's on the next
and
run.
yes, I would wear it during a race.
Okay.
Oh, I could see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the Cupid race. That'd be great. All right. Was there anything else that, like, from what you did, through the grapevine that stuck out about the Super Bowl ads this year? I know there's a lot of, like, sadly, I kind of hate that, like, there's so much gambling around it. Like, it's around my wrestling shows. There's so much DraftKings and stuff like that, right? I skip it. I'm so glad I'm usually on DVR international feeds that I don't get all the draft stuff, right? But is there anything else that kind of stuck out for you guys? That's really all I knew, other than Leo Laporte's son was in the mayonnaise commercial for a second. So,
Is there anything else you saw, partner? I saw. I don't know if it was Super Bowl
didn't-
commercial, but it was a new Mando commercial.
oh yeah, the Tauntaun one.
Yes.
Yes. I don't even know if there's any other trailers to catch up on. I've been so busy in the car, we haven't really followed up on anything. So I know there was not a Doomsday trailer because I saw a meme about that. Amazingly, like the halftime show is like all I've been seeing in my feed, because my favorite thing, I keep forgetting until we get to the halftime show. It's like, oh, this is amazing. The stuff they do to put that thing together in like 10-15 minutes and then execute it is like, and it's just a marvel. I came across a TikTok before the show that was about they were doing the I don't know, the Star Spangled Banner, American the Beautiful, or whatever they're singing before the show, and they had the flyover, and it was like the perfect timed flyover. Yeah, he's like a second off, and that thing didn't work, right? And they talked about, like, it's a Steadicam operator. He's looking at the guy, pans up to see them, and then swings back to him the other way and around, kind of thing. And then in the same TikTok, somebody has a video of the camera operator doing that, so you can kind of see those kind of sweeping movements and kind of things. The Steadicam guy is the coolest guy on the live show. So, although the boom operator, not the boom, the jib crane operator is probably the coolest looking one because it's got that smooth sweeps and stuff like that. In my mind, that's me being a video geek, though. But anything else from the bowl of soups? That's it. Definitely wasn't the game, for what I understand. So, like, we came out, it was like 12-0. Like, has it been nothing but field goals this whole, like what, the first half or so? What? So, and there was a holy S chant during the later in the game from the other room where they were watching, from the bar where they were watching. Like, we're still like setting some stuff up, and I was just like, did they turn on wrestling because they were bored? What's happening here? So, but anyways, always good stuff. I am obsessed with the Bush videos, and a lot of the logistics and stuff, and the iconography, a lot of that too. People are translating things, and a lot of people are learning about Puerto Rico, which is awesome too. You know, if you took that as like, I don't understand it, I want to know more. One, social media is doing. I've seen a number of explainer videos and posts on Instagram about it, and I think that's great. I think, you know, again, like a lot of people just learned it's part of the United States like this week, and you know, you can learn a lot more about that. So you know, it's not the happiest of stories in some places, but it was a celebration. But there is definitely some stuff called out there that was, you know, that was referenced. I just was concerned that he climbed that pole without fall protection for the lighting pole. So as a former safety video guy. So anyways, what do you guys want to hit up next here? Oh, actually, can I get one thing, because I just saw a note in here. So why were there Bush people? Do you know why there were Bush people? Katie, I think I told you.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dave, do you know why there was Bush people? Other than like the Bushes were a specific, logistically, why were there Bush people?
Versus, you know, just having why are they moving? I don't know.
Why were there Bush people to, because I don't think they moved during the presentation. They were Bush people because that's how you were going to get Bushes onto the field. The Super Bowl has a 25 cart limit.
Oh.
So to do something as extensive as they did, because they did the Cane Sugar Field view and everything, right? And then they had all the structures and stuff that obviously probably got wheeled out, right? So it was like 300 people? Was that what it was? They, and I've seen a couple of them say, "Hi, I was a Bush person. This is it." Da, 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 da. And another person's like, another one was like, if I was a Bush person for Bad Bunny, I would have like told everybody about it. You want to shut up about it? My kid's middle name would be Bush 257, you know, kind of thing. So, which is like, yeah, I probably would too. But if I got to do that, I heard the guy from Philadelphia that went to be a Bush since the Super, because he expected that. He expected Philadelphia would be there for it again, and then it wasn't. And he's like, the Eagles decided not to show up, so I did anyways. was the headline. And it was on the local news apparently out in Philly, so, which was tremendous. But you know, so it was just, and they weren't even told what the reason for them being Bushes was until like right before the show. Like, why are we even doing Bushes in the first place? Which again, it's about the cane sugar, the fields and everything. It's part of their history around colonialism and the economy and everything. But yeah, so that was really cool. And again, just all the pictures, just the Bush. Like, there's these videos of the Bushes like backstage outside the stadium, and there's like minion sounds to them and stuff. And I'm just watching them on loop, and it's like, basically, look at the Bushes, you know, kind of thing. So I am just obsessed with Bush videos right now. Please send me the Bush videos, okay, for the next couple of days.
Actually, there was and you'll appreciate this, Podder. I should have grabbed it. I forgot about it. Someone shared their Strata walk, and it's like, they're like, this is the coolest Strata.
This is the Bush.
Yes,
it's a Bush Strata.
Yep. And but yeah, it was. But yeah, so I have to find it for you.
I love the stat where Bad Bunny traveled like 120 some yards or something like that, which is like in more than the rushing yards for the Patriots the entire game. It was like 75 maybe.
Yeah.
So like that was good. I mean, it's a big cultural moment. The things they did were things that haven't been done on that big of a stage, period. You know what I mean? And I think that's great. Now celebrated, and a lot of people are learning about it, you know, one way or another. So I think that's really cool. So, and it's a fun conversation.
Let's say with the halftime show, you literally could write a college level semester course on the history and current political situation of Puerto Rico, just based on the story they told. Actually, you could probably do a couple courses on because there was so much involved, and if you like you said, if you go out your way, you can see people either from Puerto Rico or Puerto Rican ancestry, who was like, okay, this is what this means. This is why they did this here. This is what that person there at the bodega.
Yeah.
What
Oh
is
my
the
God. There's a
person
whole
who would want-
history. There's an amazing history for the bodega. Like the bodega or the taco stand lady. I forget what it was, from like Brooklyn. That it has like a
That
day
she
memorializing
refuses
her
to
every
leave.
year or something, celebrating her every year. I just heard about. It's tremendous. But everything down to the color of the dresses, the Lady Gaga. Okay, again, not everybody got to see this in a group. Most of us probably watched it at home. My favorite part was the Lady Gaga pop in our bar.
Yes.
So, and I wouldn't say that Ricky Martin got a pop. It was more just like a collective. Is that Ricky Martin? So,
Yes.
which was tremendous. Pascal.
This is the way.
Yes, this is the way, and also the videos of him just looking like the proudest dad taking videos, cell phone videos as he's coming out or back or whatever it was, stuff like that. But anyways, speaking of representation, Dave, I know you have another segment for us this week, right?
Yep. Looking up Black African American inventors, and this one shocked me because it's something that is so prevalent these days, and knowing why it was started. So Marie, and I'm going to completely butcher her name, Van Britten Brown, I think that's close.
That's not bad.
She was born 1922 in Jamaica, Queens, New York. She started as a nurse. Her husband was an electronics technician. So she would work late at night. Her husband had weird hours, and they were in a high crime neighborhood. So she wanted a way that would be safe for to see who was outside. So they devised, and she got a patent for. So she submitted the patent in 1966. She got her patent in 1969. A closed circuit surveillance system. So basically, if you have a home security system, think Ring cameras, think even back in the day where you have, everything set up so you could talk to someone at the door. She invented that, not just as this would be a great way to make money, but I want to be safe. I want to see who's outside,
right?
But I don't want to have to be at the door. That actually is the way she designed it. There are 3 peephole cameras, a tall, medium, and short, depending if the person's a tall person, average height, or a child. So she was able to see the camera, see them on camera, no matter what height they were. And she developed a microphone so she could talk back and forth, and a panic button to immediately to call the police in case she felt unsafe. And it was hooked up to a closed circuit TV, so she could, like I said, she could be in a room, as the diagram here is showing, sleeping in bed. Someone comes to the door. She could do, oh yeah, no, that's okay. And, you can see everything. This was not like a simple. This is rather complex setup.
And we're talking about Jamaica, Queens. Jamaica, Queens is very, it's I don't want to call it a suburb of New York City, but it's still very city, so I can see how this would apply there.
Yeah, and it says that there's 32 patents that came after her that cited her original patent. So 32 people said, okay, we're basing our new thing based on what she did, which is that's a mammoth thing to be cited by other people and their inventions. And like I said, he wasn't a technician. She was a nurse. We're not talking, again, not a large laboratory, not tons of money behind it, but someone had a need and they built something to fix their need.
Yeah.
And so
like looking at the diagram, it looks like a very advanced Rube Goldberg machine or something, right? So, it's very functional and everything. And also, this is 1960s technology, so just generally, so yeah.
Now, I will say this: there were commercial or government level closed circuits before her that like I think it was developed early, as far back as the 1930s, 1940s, but as a home use and something you could install in a home by a person, she was the first one to develop it and have it roll out.
Very cool. So Marie Van Britten Brown, and this was in 1969. She got the patent, and very cool, very cool. Passed in 1999 at the age of 76, and her legacy continues. So there you go. That's awesome. And that goes right up to Katie's digital security system. She's figured out right now. Right. So there you go. That's the roots of it. Awesome. Anything else we want to touch on our way out the door here, guys?
I don't think so.
What I miss? I got a tip. I got a tip real quick.
Okay.
This is a review. Honestly, this is a review tip kind of situation. So in this, I want to talk to my friends that are, let's say wrestlers or anybody else that needs to grab some footage in general. And I know like a lot of people will screen grab things on their YouTube, and then it's like stuff we did, and I'm like, oh, I'm not crazy about the quality they use, but thank you for the effort kind of thing. So not to, I'm telling you how to take my videos. Actually, for instance, this video itself is Creative Commons. If you want to take this video, remix it, recut it, or anything like that, all of the videos for AwesomeCast and Wrestling Mayhem Show are that. In fact, this is what I use when I'm done with this show to get myself ahead on what we need to do for getting the show done. I'll take the live feed of this, download the video off of YouTube, and go ahead and start transcribing it so I can start working on it while I'm processing the final video and audio files. I'm not waiting for them and then processing an hour and a half video. So if you're like, hey, I need to get that, or there's a lot of Creative Commons free stuff for you to grab off of YouTube, this is how you would do it. Now, there are websites that will do this and take videos off of YouTube. They are usually sketchy. I do not know a Windows version of this that is reliable, but this was an independent one called Downey that I got to use. And it is part of setapp.com is where it's at. No, I'm sorry, I'm in a news thing. I'll get the original download for this somewhere here. Softonic, that's the one for it, I believe. But it's only a few bucks. Like I know I paid for a subscription, or I'm sorry, paid for it a bit ago. And this is how it works. So for instance, like I talked about, you're in this, I want to grab my live of the show we just did. Here's the one from last week. You go and grab that, you open up your Downey, and it's as simple as a copy paste kind of situation, and you'll get as good as a video as that YouTube has. Because that's the other issue that I tend to have with these kinds of things is you don't get that full quality video. If you hit the download button on YouTube, it's not going to work out. So typically you'll go through here. It's and start downloading it. And as you go through, you can also select what you're getting. Maybe I just need the audio from this. Extract the audio only. It's converted to an MP4. Sometimes when you hit that download button, you'll get something that's like a web video kind of thing that you're like, what is this format? It'll convert it to some other formats as well. Also, notice I had just this pop up. Do you want the English version with subtitles? Do you want the Arabic? Do you want the Chinese subtitles? Because this is the stuff YouTube is already doing. We've been talking about it, right? Also, hey, yeah, look, this is the video. This is us going live last Tuesday. Well, look at all the versions if you're with us on video. Of what you're getting or what you could get out of the transcriptions. Also, it's interesting to look at. Holy crap. We've been translated into Icelandic, Hungarian, Hindi, Hebrew, Japanese, literally if you're on YouTube, anybody, Lithuanian, I know some people that speak that, that's crazy. So, and of course that is the transcriptions and stuff too. So, and that's the other thing too, is you can drop it, pull it down and there's those SRT files, which now I'm literally thinking right now, I need a transcription of my video that I streamed or that I uploaded. This would pull it. Again, it's an SRT file. It's a little bit of a different format, but it is something that if you threw it into a chat GPT and say, hey, look at this information, it might be able to do that kind of like work around that too. Because I think I've thrown that at ChatGPT a while ago. So, and it's also reminding me, maybe I don't even need to transcribe the show because it's kind of been maybe done for me already. And I've just been throwing those files out, forgetting that SRTs are transcription files. So again, it's called Downy. If you go to, trying to find the Facebook page. No, it's a Facebook page. It's Charlie Monroe Software is what it's for. And you can get into, I got an update. And it's been good. They update for a bit. And that's the other thing when you go to those websites, if they're not being maintained, YouTube is always changing things, probably to get around some of this. But also, like, generally, they just are updating things that can break this. If you find one day your YouTube links aren't working, check for updates. They probably already fixed it. They've been really good. I've gone no longer than a day needing a video file that, I couldn't get. So I think they've been really, really good about this and really attentive to this kind of thing and well supported. They're on version 4 right now, and it's definitely it's called Downy. It's a really, really useful program. If you know a Windows version of this that I can recommend to people, please let me know. I'm just not in that world to be looking for it and testing it. But I'd love to be able to give people something to be able to snag stuff. Even we were talking about like people in our circles, whether it be our interns or other people who work with us with video. Somebody wanted a lot of stuff to do a highlight video for one of the tag teams. And I wish they could just everything's on YouTube, just grab it, but they're on PC and I don't have a good reason to, good way to give them that other than the screen grab. So, but yeah. Screen, that's great if that's all you have, but I think this is a better quality for a lot of those kinds of things. So awesome. And plus, how many clients just say, hey, here's a YouTube video of the thing I want you to use? So it's like, okay. Nobody has masters. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. It was so good. Dave, it was so good to be hanging out, all of us hanging out in a physical meat space for a change this weekend.
Yeah, and for those thinking about going for next year, I don't know if it's going to be the same people, but we all gave a giant thumbs up to the cafeteria food. Oh my gosh. They had a cafe. The cat people were serving us. They had heart straws that we all stole, right, Katie?
We were allowed to.
We were allowed to. They're just plastic straws.
It wasn't stole.
Yes, we took them. We
kept them there because they were nice straws.
They were nice straws. So I might have a handful of them now. So Missy's like, why'd you give me straws? I'm like, look at this angle. They're hearts. So, no, everybody was pleasant. It was great. And you got to see some stuff here. Like, I don't know what this is about, but I'm going to learn about it. So, so it was a great weekend of discovery and nothing's go check that out. So go check that. That's Sangawa Project. If you want to check out more information, follow them on social media so you get all the updates when they come around. And of course, Techo is a lot of the same people do that. That's more all ages and it's bigger at the convention center. A little more mass appeal of anime and geekery. That's coming up this July usually. So stay tuned to them. I think they're doing panel submissions and everything very soon from the email I got today. So thank you so much. Dave Ponder, iPhoneography podcast. And of course, follow him on social media for his Cupid and Polar Bear interviews. Exactly. Yep. And anything on I might decide to post. And katiedudes.com. Follow her on Instagram so you can see her sweet Godzilla swagger. Is fit. You're fit.
There you go.
That's what the kids say. Hold on. Kid in the room. Is that what the kids say?
He's like, absolutely not.
Yes. No. And you have something there.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to say happy February 10th from our friends, the Jags, John and Rachel. Send out a happy February 10th card every year, wishing you joy, magic, and togetherness during this special season. May your February 10th sparkle in a way that makes December jealous. Let others be jealous of you when you post your pic on social, because they're the only ones who send out a February 10th card. That's right. It makes more sense because, you're inundated in Christmas and stuff. So Valentine's Day.
Somebody's thinking about you on February 10th.
Oh, no.
Yes. Awesome. Guys, thank you so much. At Sorgatron on the social media so you can see everything that's been going on. Again, all the pictures, all the cons and everything from this past weekend, anything coming up. Big month. We will be around. A lot of Pittsburgh is doing professional wrestling and coming back this month. West Virginia with VCW. This Friday If you're around Irwin, Pennsylvania, our friends at Prospect Pro Wrestling are having a show. It is sold out, actually, but they have $5 standing room as last I knew. So if you want to go check that out or see it on IndieWrestling.live, that we'll be producing. So, and then, hope everybody has a good Valentine's weekend. If you're interested in a newlywed game with a wrestling twist to it, we're doing that on the Wrestling Mayhem show this evening, and with two married couples in the wrestling world. And thank you guys so much. Until next time, you have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at Sorgatron.